Welcome to the Yerba Power Podcast, where we share the power of yerba mate with the world. Today, I have a special episode. It's a bonus episode. Happy Thanksgiving. And if you're listening to this on Thanksgiving, that is, and if Thanksgiving is already passed, well, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family or your loved ones. And if you're outside of the U.S. and don't really celebrate Thanksgiving, let me take a minute to just tell you kind of what Thanksgiving and why it's important to me. And because here in the U.S., it's, I think, the one time where we have a purposeful holiday of coming together as a family and being grateful for the things that have happened in our life, a time to pause and count our blessings in our lives. And that's what I want to do today in this episode. So let's start in somewhat of a chronological order. In 2021, when I first started my Instagram page, and Yerba Mate World was like one of the first people to like anything. And I just say that because I had like 3 likes on a post. And then there was Mate's Alps, which he's one that I haven't had a chance to highlight, I think, much in the community, but has been a great inspiration too. He's, I think, in Poland or Germany, and drinks a lot of chimarrão, which hope to get him on and teach me, actually. Because believe it or not, yeah, that's something I don't know a lot about. Un mate, un mensaje. He posts literally mates and messages, and I found it very inspirational and helpful and encouraging. I've had him do a couple like guest posts on there if you dig around. And so just someone to check out. And I'm going to tag everybody in the comments or in the show notes. Plan to do a post on Instagram too to tag everybody that I've mentioned in here so you can check them out. And it's just a way to say thank you as well to all you guys. Tomi Yerba Mate, Osvaldo, I got the chance to meet him here in Nashville. He was one of the first people to really encourage me with my profile, as well as sent me some free karupi. Then when he became, his own brand, and it was really cool to know him from the beginning, and also, meet him in person and just try his stuff, and just cool to what he's been able to do. And also, being on the podcast, and when I did an Instagram Live before it was even a podcast. So a lot of cool things there. The Bee Mate Store, which is the best mate, literally that's their name. I won a raffle or a giveaway they were doing, and got my first actual Imperial gourd, believe it or not, my first Imperial mate. Beautiful gourd, so check them out, what they do. Abrazo Mate. So Abrazo in Brooks, he was the first mate company, Yerba Mate company that really connected with me, and has some great stuff for beginners, people getting started, want to try Yerba Mate in a more familiar way. I just really like what they're doing, so shout out to Brooks and Abrazo Yerba Mate. We were able to do a giveaway with them as well, and this was back before I had really anybody following me. Hacete unos mates, that's Adrian. He's probably not posting anymore because he's been busy with life, but he was encouragement as well. He actually had a podcast before. I understand life gets in the way because it takes a lot of time, podcast, believe it or not. Katie's Teas, we got to give away the Abrazo kit to her. Met her. She's a local around here in the Nashville area too. She's doing some really cool stuff with tea, and she does some posts on Yerba Mate as well, but check her out. She did a tour in India of, tea and everything. So that was just really cool story. Kirk Cunning in Utah. He got on Instagram Live with me when he didn't even know who I was or what my name was, and he agreed to do it. So, but really cool. Always when he posts, his stories are great and captivating, and he does really good videos, and always has Yerba Mate on there. So check him out. Rinconcito Matero. This is the first time, I think that podcasting actually became somewhat of a reality, because they have their own radio show in Argentina, and I got to be a guest on the show. So it was my first time really doing a real interview in Spanish too, on top of that. I was pretty nervous, and it was kind of a big moment for me. But now I've done actually a couple Spanish episodes on the podcast. If you haven't heard, check them out if you understand Spanish anyways. Mate Centrismo, Paco out in Ecuador. Got to be on a live with him. That was really cool to hear his story, how he learned about yerba mate, and so you'll have to check that on maybe I'll repost the live we did as an actual episode. So maybe we'll do like a Throwback Thursday thing or something. Without a Hero, Alex, I think the first YouTube video I did with podcasting wise, Pampa Direct, they, are a affiliate that I'm affiliated with, and they do a great job of spreading yerba mate literally throughout the world. If you are in somewhere in a different country, they can get it to you wherever you're at. That's really cool. Yerba Travels, Jeff in Korea, he was like episode 4, so there with me along the way, and just been a really huge support and friend as well, personally. Yerba Crew, Jason was also, I think, episode 5, so yeah, he's been with it for a while, believes in me and sponsoring the podcast, and doing some cool stuff too with yerba mate and his community, and sharing that passion and love, which led to a couple other connections of people we've recently had on the podcast. Anna Park Yerba Mate, I really love their yerba, number one, but also that Juan was so available and willing to discuss how they produce the yerba mate and just talk with me. The episode's in Spanish, but we did an episode back in the day too, Como Cultivar Yerba Mate. I think it's episode 6 or 7 as well. And then Mate's Culture, or Mate's Culture, Valentin in Neuquén in Argentina. That was another cool Spanish episode, and a very smart guy that is doing really good with his mate company there in Argentina. And Danny Morin, she was a kind of a hope, I guess, or that you're like, wow, someone can learn about your mate that has no clue. She learned, she had patience, she figured out how to make it. Mate helped her out a lot, but she still drinks it and all the benefits, and she was a great testimonial of like spreading the, kind of the power of yerba mate. And one of the highly downloaded episodes as well with her about how yerba mate changed her life. And which Calamate as well, great supporter, did a giveaway. They got some great stuff going on in Miami. They have a discount right now, I think 30% off if you're listening to this. Check them out. I've got their stainless steel gourd. It's a great gourd. It's good handle, good quality stuff. So, and their yerba is good too if you're looking for an organic yerba in the U.S. Vicky Food Tower, tagger Victoria de la Torre. She was the yerba blending part 1 episode, which was a great insight into how those mixtures and blends work, which Zach really liked that episode. I'll tag him in here. He's a listener in Canada. Encouraged me to do a part 2, which was a really great episode with Sol Mate Yerba. My brother-in-law, Happy Phoenix. We did an episode in Spanish and English, if you're curious there. Casi Delivery. My buddy in Argentina, he's a buena onda, like a good vibe, a good dude. We did a YouTube video too, where I didn't know what I was doing, but he was very gracious and very knowledgeable as well. Gabriel Lilbank, he's my kind of health guru. If you haven't seen any of his stuff, he posts by Yerba Mate too. He's a big matero out in San Diego, I believe, but has a lot of good nutrition and health tips as well. Pat Flynn was kind of how I learned about podcasting in the course that I took. I got a chance to be interviewed by him on his YouTube channel, talking about Power Up Podcasting, which is a course that he teaches and kind of leads to where I'm at today. That Sober Guy podcast, Shane Raymer. This was a really cool experience, thanks to Clean Cause, and got to connect with him and share my story of sobriety, which, if anybody's keeping track out there, a year and a month now has passed sobriety, and plan to do that forever. Soul Mate Yerba, like I mentioned before, did a Yerba blending episode, which was really good. Frank Martin in Yerba Mate Underground is a guest appearance, which, shout out to Frank. He's a great guy, and really just like really big heart, and really is passionate about Yerba Mate as well. Found him in the Yerba Mate Underground group on Facebook, which I want to give a special shout out to Muhammed from South Africa. I found out, I had a listener in South Africa. I was like, who is in South Africa that's drinking Yerba Mate? And how do I find him? Sure enough, I found him in Yerba Mate Underground and was messaging him back and forth, and he had a lot of great questions, and he's really excited about it. He's learning about Yerba Mate. It's great that, to South Africa. It's so cool to me. Julie in Argentinos, she was gracious enough to come on the show, and I know she's got a lot going on, and big name there in Argentina. Yerba Products, Frank, was a really good episode sharing his story, and just grateful for that opportunity to kind of share my story as well. And it was really great. He's a really good guest. He'll make a great podcast one day if he decides to do it. Yerba Products in Canada. Abraço Matero, Elu, she's doing a Matero Expo, which, if you're listening to this right now on Thanksgiving, I think it's in 2 days in Buenos Aires. It's a artisanal mate expo that they're doing there. It's some really cool stuff that she's built a whole community of entrepreneurs there in Argentina, and it's actually international because people from other countries are actually coming for this expo. Brothers of the Gourd, Dan and his team there in Philly, that was really cool and inspiring to know that there's other crazy people like me out there that just love Yerba Mate and start a team of soccer around it. And soccer is football. The guys, Seba and Eric, you guys are doing some really cool stuff with podcasting, and thanks for allowing me to be a guest. And we'll get that episode fixed that we made too. It's going to be great. I'll get it fixed. So now you might be asking, first of all, thank you so much for all those that are listening right now, and all those shout outs I gave, because I just wanted to way of saying thank you and gratitude that I have for all the progress in just the last 6 months and year and everything, and all the opportunities, and just future's bright. And so, what's next with the Yerba Power podcast and Yerba Mate Power and everything? Well, I'm hoping to put up a merch store. If that's something you're interested, please message me. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I was thinking, maybe some stickers, shirts, hats, but just a way to build that community, and want to just kind of give away some of that stuff as well to thank you guys. So working on some designs and stuff, but just, I guess reach out to me. I'd love to hear, opinions on that. But I actually have an episode with Icaro, Yerba Mate, so Icaro Tea in Baltimore. It's coming out Tuesday. So the 30th, 27th, I think. Next Tuesday, this coming Tuesday of November, into November. I'm going to try to catch up with Yerba Mate Sommelier, Alejandra. She's got a course. I was trying to help her and maybe you guys with a Yerba Mate course that she has. So still in the works with that, but it's just letting you know that's something. Becoming Bella, 32. So Becoming Bella, this is a Jamaican woman in Argentina. Found her on YouTube, one of my suggested pop-up feeds, and messaged her on Instagram, and just really cool. I kind of was very, intriguing to see that and all the stories that she shared, and it's just really cool perspective. So hoping to get her on podcast as well. Bohemia Yerba Mate is an organic Yerba Mate in Orlando, I believe. If I'm saying that, I think it's Orlando. If I'm wrong, we'll hopefully get her on the podcast as well in 2024 or December, as well as Mate Travels Experience. That's Danielle, also trying to book for December or the end of the year. So got a lot of stuff still coming up, and I've got a couple of episodes myself. There's an article that I found that's really good that I was going to go into and about 2 weeks from now as well, and some other like stuff that I've already seen that I wanted to try to put into an episode as well. So again, thank you for listening, and thank you for allowing me to do this, and all those that subscribe and like and everything and interact with me, very much appreciated, and my heart's full. So thank you guys for listening, and like I said, always, just message me on Instagram. Happy to help, and talk to you soon.